Good evening. This is the Elliott Wave Daily Update for the NASDAQ 100 on Monday, June the 17th, 2024. Well, we continue to power higher, surprise, as the market does, in my opinion, continue to put the finishing touches on. Why do it any different than they've done coming up off of the April lows, which is just to gap and gap and gap and continue to gap. Now, we continue to get little five-wave structures going on in here, so I have no reason to kind of step away and totally think that something totally different is going on. So I'm here on the hourly, on the 4-hour chart. I'm just going to open it up from here. So again, that's that April low, and that was the April expiration low, and that marked minute wave 4. So we're within minute wave 5, and within that, which will have 5 waves of minuet degree, we have 1, 2, 2, it's over here, and then 3 and 4, so we're in minuet wave 5. And now inside of minuet wave 5, boy, it's going in pure blow off, parabolic, whatever you want to call it. That's what it's doing right now, and it is not releasing anybody. So what we got going on is inside of this minuet wave 5, we're in the sub minuet level, of which my best thoughts are that we've done 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we're in this sub minuet wave 5, which again is likely done 1, 2, 3, and 4. Maybe the 3 is not over yet, but I'm kind of marking it, and you can see I'm going to bring this down to the hourly chart. Looking inside, looking like we got from here, we got a 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're heading higher again. So what does that tell us? Very possibly. Now, let me just kind of fill in some of my own thoughts on this, having been trading in the markets for quite some time and seen moves like these previously, not quite as severe as this one. But when we get into this parabolic nature and what I think is kind of happening, where the markets are headed and why we're getting all of this activity and continuing to appear like, boy, all these funds, all this money keeps pouring in the market, and they continue to just pile on the calls. There are all kinds of reasons for individual trading to happen at all these different levels. And since I don't know, and I can't say how many are covering a short or how many are new longs, it's just too difficult to kind of put that type of a picture together. But what I can say is, again, on Friday, June the 21st, that is the monthly expiration for June. And right now, and I'm not kidding, folks, right now, and let me just double check. Let me just double check to see exactly which time frame we're on, and go up here, and I'm going to go over to this one, and it's in the S&P. So in the SPX options, okay, SPX options, here is the latest notional value for what will be expiring options, puts, and calls. The calls alone are 942,422,885,331. That's just the calls as of today. Add the puts, if there are any left in that have value. So add the puts, and you're at 1,071,000,000. I can't even read my number, but it's 1 trillion. And then it just kind of goes down 1,071,875,000. Oh, I can't even read my number anymore. Let me get this right. 1,071,875,122, somewhere up in there together. So in other words, it's like what I'm really trying to say is I've never seen an expiration where that much money is going to settle. Now, granted, in the individual stocks, it settles into the underlying. But in the indexes and in the ETFs, it settles into cash. There's a lot of money in Gamma and Delta that's going to be released on Friday at 4 o'clock Eastern when these options are done trading. Now, I think the lead up into that is going to be wild and crazy. So again, tomorrow they may start. Why? We have the volatility expiration tomorrow. That happens pretty much on the opening, I believe, because Wednesday is a holiday here in the U.S. So we have the volatility expiration tomorrow. And then again on Wednesday, we have got, I think, some economic data coming out, but the U.S. markets are closed. So that leaves Thursday and Friday, plus tomorrow, to square it up, to put it into where you're okay, you've gotten out of what you want to get out of, you're going to take the balance, whatever the situation is, you're tying up the loose ends for the expiration that's on Friday. And it promises, now my data is coming from Spot Gamma, and so they're very trustworthy. And so this nominal value, I've never seen anything so high. So it's very large, folks. It's huge. The amount that's going to settle on Friday, and that's just in the SPX. If I go over and I start looking at what it's going to be for the Qs or for the NDX, or what it's going to be in the bonds, or what is, how much is settling in the United States for the June expiration. So what comes after, I think, is just going to be astounding. And everybody's going to go like, oh, well, what's causing this? Because, right, had all this bullishness, right? Everybody's bullish. You're seeing all this money come into the market, and then all of a sudden it stops, turns, and just dies. Very, very possible. Also, as a result of the parabolic nature of the market. I mean, if I really take this out, and let's just look at it on a daily. Look at that. Another parabolic move, parabolic move, parabolic move. All of them. It's just like on and on and on. That was a decent little pop lower, but what happened after? Bam, we just start going after it again. So how do I want to leave this? We've got the 13 and the 20 vertical, walking higher, 1 hour chart, vertical. So it's going to take a lot to get this thing to stop. So, but it's going to be, I think it could be quick. When you start to think that there really wasn't any resistance, why do we think there's going to be support? If it's done and starts coming down, what's going to support it? I mean, a very large amount of money is going to have to come in to hold it higher. So just expecting, again, on an Elliott wave basis, I'm looking for the minor third wave to complete. And again, I went over this over the weekend, but I'll just do it again. Let's just take a look at that 3-year chart, weekly chart. There's primary 4, so we're in primary 5. What is it going to consist of? 5 waves of intermediate. We got 1 and 2 is done. We're still working on intermediate wave 3. Okay, great. What's inside intermediate wave 3? 5 waves of minor degree. 1, 2. Oh, we're finishing minor 3. And then we get to come down in a minor 4th wave, which again promises likely to come back down into here. And then that low is still above 17,000. Granted, we're punching a hole trying to get to 21,000. So it's still a sizable decline. But that's because of what the market did in between. Now, granted, 3rd wave, and on top of it, 3 of a 3. Most powerful part of the impulse. And because of the degree, it's big. All things are coming true here. So we got to just continue, because this is it's ugly. It's ugly if you're trying to hold on to something, or if you're trying to pick a top. Better not to. So I've been asked in the comment section, well, how am I going to know? Well, first of all, when I'm done counting all the extensions, which I believe, I'm going to bring it back down to that 1 hour, and let's open it up again. They're going like 1, 2, 3, 4, unless 3 is going to continue to extend. And that's very, very possible. 3 could continue just to extend out, and that's just going to continue to push us higher. But I do believe we are reaching that pinnacle. And it's going to be dynamic in that this last leg started above 19,000, and here we are pushed above 20,000 in a week. That's dynamic. That's an incredible move that an index gets pushed 1,000 points in a week, right? This was the close, I believe. Oh, that was Globex on June the 10th. Here we are on June the 17th, and we're above. We got to a high of 20,274. It's quite it's really incredible to me. So, and tradable, not the best, but tradable. So, moving averages all in alignment. They continue to be in alignment. Let's look at what our resistance is. You see now that cluster is building, but look at the levels I have to go to on that sub minuet level, right? If we're going 1 up to 4, that's these. So this sub minuet wave 5 right now projects to 20,314. And then above that, this is again sub minuet level, 20,419 or 418, 419 right there. And then what do we have? We've got minuet wave 5 coming in at 20,336. So, okay, could we get there? Yeah, look what we did today. Could we get up to there? Sure. And then what do we have inside of that? We've got this little tiny sub minuet wave 5 at 20,307. Now, if we continue to go, this doesn't become invalidated because it's going to be, we're looking for that fifth wave. Now, whether it stops here or whether it stops here, and we're looking for the internal fifth wave, whether it stops here or whether it stops here. So that's what we end up continuing to have. Now, the higher we break on this sub level, it does not dispel that this is also finishing. It doesn't say that we're going to go to there at all. It does possibly on that minuet degree to 21,000. Could we do that by Friday? Oh, well, where were we last Friday? All right. Last Friday, we were right here at 19,780. Could we tack on another 1,400? Well, we did that in a week. In a couple of days. It's, yeah, all things seem to be possible because they just continue to power. They just continue to buy. They just continue to move into Apple and push it. Again, consider the preparation that's going into play because expiration is coming on Friday. And please understand what happens when that vol's been suppressed, when everything has just been condensed, pushed into a very tight ball, or they're winding the spring, and suddenly it just breaks. Suddenly it's just that energy is just released. And it could be the expiration that releases it. And it could produce if the buy energy has just been blown up, and what we have left is sell energy. Just saying, based on the fact that what I'm looking for up here is the completion point for a minor third wave. And mind you, my next ticket for the minor degree is at 2107, 21,076.77. Now, does it have to get there? No, it's just going to be a matter of where all of these smaller degrees finish. And we're down to the subs. Because if I had to go into the minute is way up here. So again, yep, they're there, and I'm going to keep them there. But that doesn't mean that's where that minute's going to go. This doesn't mean that's where the minuet's going to go. Because we got all of this to get through first. And these I pay more closer attention to because they're in that final stretch that is subdividing. That is truly subdividing. And there might be slight nuances to each one of these levels, but I'm leaving them right where they are. All right, let's go over and take a look at the S&P. Let's see what's going on over there. It also vertical. vertical all the way till, oh, let me just see, until 3 p.m. Then we sold off at 3 p.m. So again, let me just pull it open. Let's go back out to that 4 hour so I can look at this a little bit bigger. There is what I'm looking for the minor fourth wave, still intact. And then we have a minute wave 4 there. We're in minute wave 5. 1 minuet, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so let's bring it down. 3 and 4. All right, there's minuet 4. We're in minuet wave 5. Sub minuet 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now we're in sub minuet wave 5 of minuet wave 5 of minute wave 5 of minor wave 3. And boy, it's been a ride. And boy, it's been extended, super extended. And now true to form, parabolic, parabolic. It's quite amazing. So let's look at our resistance. Again, this is the intermediate degree. I'm leaving it there because let's see if it does put a little stop to the whole thing. But I don't think intermediate wave 3 is not even close because we haven't finished minor wave 3. So this will get moved. Now, what we do have on the subminuet level, we have, actually that one's already gone. So let me just fix this. I want to take that off because we don't need it. And we've got the others. So the sub level, we're looking at sub 5, then here we have it. All right. The sub minuet wave 5 and the sub minuet wave 5 are coming in together at 55.76, 55.70 to 72. Now, if it breaks there, it should be a quick run to 55.92, and then here's our next zone. Yes, folks, 5,600. And could they do that by Friday? Could they do it by tomorrow or Thursday? Yeah, they can. They can. When you've got stocks like Broadcom going up $100 now, so it's gapping 100, put 100, put 100, put 100. Do we think that that's sustainable? I don't know. Maybe people do. So here we have it. 55.63 just as a resistance point, which you kind of touched upon today almost, but I don't think it has no meaning in terms other than it's a fib resistance level. But for intermediate wave 3, no way, no way. So I'm leaving it there as a resistance point. But better said that we have 55.70 to 55.75, and then we have 55.90, 56.20 to 56.40, and then up top 56.60 to 65 to 56.70, and that would be minuet wave 5. That's all I got left. So, but minuet wave 5 can fill anywhere in here and be complete as well. Now, how are you going to tell that we're really done? Because it's going to turn and it should come and start breaking all of these levels coming off. And it should, in my opinion, because we're up so high, it should just happen. Its weight pulls it down and it starts breaking below 5,500, 5,450, 54, and it just starts going. That's its first major point where it can find some support, 5270. So this thing could lose a lot really quick, and then some. So again, still have upside yet to do, but I do believe that we are honing in on that final phase. Again, we will see. And I'm going to go back out to my daily chart. There it is. That's where I think minor 4 can come down into, inside here. And it's going to, hopefully it's going to take more than a week or two. So a lot going on. Now, numbers, anything. Let's take a look, see what we got for tomorrow, if anything of an importance. What we got on Tuesday, U.S. retail sales, industrial production capacity utilization, business inventories, and then a slew of Fed officials. But we have one that's a president, one governor, two presidents, three presidents, four Fed presidents, and one Fed governor, all on the stump to tell us how wonderful the economy is. And don't you guys worry, because we will cut eventually. All right, that's going to be it for today. Our next update will be on Tuesday, June the 18th.